As I look through the platforms with that civil unrest, I take a look at my team and realise there's life left because fans have been moaning and crying for so long. I even convinced my mama that worse times have come and gone. I've never criticised a player that didn't deserve it. Come on now, winning every game is unheard of. You better watch how you're talking or who you're mocking. When the Reds roar back, shut your mouth and put a sock in. Been spending most of life as a champion with a trophy wife. My fellow Reds don't fear as lower teams cuss us through salty tears. Lower teams? Arsenal? We beat those guys already. They're second place. How do you like them apples? Little apple. Yes, so we have Chelsea this weekend. I don't think it's going to be a draw. One of these teams will have to lose 3 on the bounce, and it's almost unheard of for Liverpool to lose 3 on the bounce, right? Wow. Arne Slot against Chelsea. Now, this is going to be a highly contested affair. Romeo Lavia always turns up on one occasion once a season before he's injured, perma-crocked, Naby Keita-esque little baby Keith, right? Anyway, yes, it will be a tightly contested affair. Endo usually appears in this matchup as well because he matches up quite nicely against Caicedo, passes through the lines. But I tell you what, we've got to get back to basics, understand what the role of the fullback is, allow Kerkez to go up. Gakpo actually needs to pick him out if Gakpo doesn't indeed play. But we're going to look at a predicted starting 11 lineup to beat Chelsea because we need to beat Chelsea. It's a horrendous 1:30 a.m. kickoff for me tomorrow. Should I live stream it? Guys, let me know in the comments below. How many of you guys will join me in the live stream? I'm going to need at least 100 of you to make it worthwhile because it's going to be what, 3:30 a.m. until it finishes. Wadida gong. Halfway through stream I'll be like, no, I don't snore, I don't sweat either. Anyway, digressing just a little bit, let me know if you want me to live stream. I'll try my best. Let me know in the comments below. So also make sure you smash a like on this video. Ding ding. Let's get up to what, 15k subscribers. Let's do it. Anyway, yes, against Chelsea, I think we match up quite well because Enzo Maresca's team actually likes to play a bit of football, right? They're not a junk ball, dirt ball, second phase, dodgy team when they had, sorry, Miss Jackson. Oh, Nicholas Jackson up front. Now they have João Pedro, a bit more of a technical striker, a physical striker, plays well for them. Cole Palmer's going to miss this occasion. They've got their billion, gajillion, wonder kid, midget, I was going to say fidget spinners, but wingers. Pedro Neto, I like me some Neto. Gittins is a bit crap. Garnacho is awful as well. But they have some talent, right? Especially on wings. Esteval Williams. Their defence isn't nothing to write home about. Roberto Sanchez as well. He's weak. We better be taking shots against this fella, right? Yes, so we're going to have to employ the battering rams and make sure we go to Stamford Bridge and ransack that bridge, knock it down, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am kind of style. So let's look at the starting 11 that I would choose to beat this Chelsea team, and then who I think Arne Slot will choose and hopefully beat this Chelsea team. So let's get into it. But just before we do, massive thank you to all the subscribers watching week in, week out. These are the current numbers. So delicious 67.6 of you watch week in, week out as a subscriber. But 32.3% of you, what are you doing, man? Smash that subscribe button and let's get into it. So Chelsea actually have an abundance of players out injured as well. The injury list: Cole Palmer, Fofana, Tosin, Santos, Colwill, Delap, Asugo, loads of players out injured. So the defense is a little bit threadbare, but they do have a few first teamers. They got Cucurella with that hair. Now, whether it's Reece James or Malo Gusto depends on whether Enzo Maresca will put Reece James into midfield, right? Potentially Reece James could go here or he could go here. For this particular encounter, I'm going to put him here for now. So Badiashile is their most experienced centre-back. So I think Badiashile comes straight in. It's 1L, isn't it? And on the other side, they've outcast Axel Disasi as well. So this is either going to be a Chimpo. Chimpo in Japanese actually means pino. Chin chin. Let's not go there. This could be Jarell Hato or a Chimpong. So I'm going to put a Chimpong in for now. And that probably lines up the back line, except that could be Malo Gusto if Reece James going to here. We know that Caicedo will operate in this position here. Enzo Fernandez when he's the 10. Or Reece James come to him, Malo Gusto. Yet to be seen, but let's put Enzo there for now. Esteval Williams, João Pedro, where is Noche from Brighton as well. So João Pedro is a pretty safe choice up front here. Now, it'll be interesting, really interesting to what they do. Pedro Neto probably starts off the left-hand side. A real threat. We've got to keep an eye out for him. Esteval Williams, Noche. Could it be Garnacho as well? I have a feeling it's Buona Noche. Noche is like that, right? Argentinian spelling. And therefore, this one is Esteval Williams or Garnacho. Now, I don't think Garnacho matches up particularly well against us. He's not super quick. He's okay skillful. He's a hot head as well. That could potentially be the lineup. Now, what are Chelsea looking to do? Control the midfield, right? Lavia could make his sporadic one-time appearance per season against us as well. Caicedo obviously operate between the lanes, keep it tight. Enzo Fernandez, they're looking to win the physicality in that duel. Give Buenanacho free roam because Neto can cut inside with the shot into that corner as well. But he's actually prominent going around the outside, but he's actually a little bit like Aaron Matoma going direct right in where it hurts. Now, Pedro Neto will float in and amongst Van Dijk, trying to run off the shoulder of Van Dijk, trying to run off the shoulder of Konate. If he does, you expect Neto to go into the forward position here, dive for that particular area. Esteval Williams holding the whip and Buenanoche in and around for any spillages as well, or as a dummy runner in and behind them. We've got to watch out for Neto and João Pedro, the main threats. But Esteval Williams has a tendency to run in late, deep running. And Chelsea, in the Lampard mode, are famous for their deep runs as well. Enzo and Caicedo will probably sit in that position with Reece James tucking inside, by Sheila going out wide, Frimpong and Cucurella operating half space. They're very, very good at inverting the fullbacks into the half space Guardiola style and playing from there, and therefore they have the box with threats up front. Esteval Williams can't hold the line there defensively, and therefore you might start in this kind of shape where they operate from deep and the ball in behind that's when Neto can get onto it, or the ball cooked out wide for Neto to get into it as well, and then you expect the overload into this right hand channel and playing from there. Garnacho obviously left-footed, trying to cut inside. If it's Garnacho here, you'd expect Reece James to be the one who rampages up here, and he's caused us a constant threat on occasion in that channel. It'll be interesting to see him against Robertson or Kerkez, who it may be. João Pedro will be a threat, physicality threat, but he's not going to out-jump, even though he's physically quite good and quite deceptively good in the air. He's not going to out-jump Konate or Van Dijk, so he's going to try to skill him up, but run off the shoulder and play make from there, and waiting for the overlapping runners, playing them in almost Firmino-esque, right, with Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez trying to win the ball high up against our 6 press with their line pushing up as well. So it's probably premeditated how they will line up and how they perform. Malagusta will do a similar thing to Reece James up and down that flank as well, and if Reece James is in the base, then you're looking at Buenanoche coming out, Enzo Fernandez running amok there, and then you've got Malagusto in this position here. So that is an alternative as well. The other alternative instead of Frimpong is João Hato. João Hato is more of a ball player from the back, so he'll try to look to distribute it into those channels as well, cut the lines into the advanced 8 position, and they'll play from there and play for set pieces. So that is Chelsea all over. Now let's have a look at how Liverpool will line up. But first, a big thank you to all the Liverpool Fan in Japan members. Your support helps keep this channel up and running because YouTube don't pay. Cheers. A big thank you to Christian, Dennis Magnification, Faisal, Frank Kavanagh, Jamie Rennie, Jeremy, Leonardo 1, Michael Chin, John Traverna, and Captain Haz and LB for going above and beyond. Big welcome back to Jamie Rennie, my man. You are the best of us. Thank you so much. YouTube membership is the best way to support this channel. Now available on iOS, supporting through YouTube membership. Domo arigatou gozaimasu. Now, big choices here for Arne Slot, up the shiny one. And this is a channel substance and abundance. So we're going to go with what I think he should play, and then what Arne Slot will probably play, okay? So I'm just going to whip out my lineup very, very quickly, and I'll know this because, well, it's my lineup. So, Mama-Vili coming in. He's a pseudo number 1 anyway, no fears whatsoever. Now, for everyone who's calling for Joe Gomez, right? Joe Gomez needs a consistent run of games before he looks absolutely prime. He did well in that short cameo against Arsenal, but look, it's going to be Konate and Van Dijk. And there's even news today that Real Madrid might be calling the interesting Konate. Could it be because he's off form? Could it be they got another target in mind? Let's wait and see. This is my lineup, okay, first and foremost. So I'm going to go with Conor Bradley here, and it's no slight on Frimpong because it's particularly what I'm trying to do against this midfield of Chelsea, and you have to win the midfield battle against Chelsea or it's not going to be a nice day. Chelsea have lost 2 on the bounce. They're not a great team. Some of the key players like Cole Palmer are injured as well. They've got so many defensive issues, and with Roberto Sanchez at the back, you need to take shots. You must dominate the midfield and get shots underway, okay? Everyone's crying out for Robertson to come up. Would I put Robertson here? I would still put Kerkez here. Okay, give him an opportunity to shine. He's got all the attributes, all the physical attributes. Hasn't got the leadership, but you've got the leader on the left-hand side already. I put Kerkez there, show of faith. Let's see what you can do in the Premier League, okay? McAllister, Gravenberch, Soboslai, Wirtz, another conundrum. Wataru Endo comes in against Chelsea. But for all my loving of Endo, I don't think he will start in this particular matchup. For better or for worse, he should come on to help us show up the result. But Gravenberch is Arne Slot's favoured 6 because he can invite the press, laterally run in there, and we know we give him this space to charge into as well, which means there's more of a kind of pivot in that side. But that actually inhibits Milos Kerkez, who comes in the left-sided centre-back role, and that's not really his favourite position, right? If you start Bradley, you start him in that kind of position, but on occasion, Bradley actually held back and let Kerkez go, which means that Gravenberch needs to be more balanced, which means we need more balance, and we need more balance. Classic 4-3-3 instead of 4-2-3-1. I would prefer this kind of starting shape, okay? Classic, pen them in, and with Bradley and Kerkez in here, you can contest the midfield, you can close up the gap, you can have this, and with sweeper keeper really holding up, because I don't think they are particularly great at running behind. João Pedro wants to ball into feet. Pedro Neto can run in behind here, but that's why you have Bradley closing off the lateral and Konate closing off the whips as well, and Van Dijk being pseudo here because Kerkez can drop back if necessary. But I don't want Kerkez as the left-sided centre-back. It's become too predictable, and you're penning in his game, and it's not really his game as well. He's a Duracell energy bunny. Let's see him use that energy as well. Gravenberch into half-back position, mixed results again, but look, let's see how we're going to line up here, okay? Now, Maka, Szoboszlai, or Wirtz. People want to revert back to form with Maka and Gravenberch, or even Szoboszlai. I've seen so many calls for Szoboszlai in the sixth position. Don't shunt Szoboszlai into the right back position. He doesn't have a good relationship with Mohamed Salah. He really doesn't. If he wants to act as midfield, Salah needs runners in and around him. If you're playing Salah, and Salah will definitely play because he's rested midweek, it's just obvious he will play. We've got to get the most out of Mo Salah. Otherwise, we can't afford to have him as a passenger. But that's not on Mo Salah. That's on the tactics. Okay. And to facilitate Mo Salah, I want Wirtz playing bang in the centre, playing laterally and not dropping back. Now, if Wirtz is here, not dropping back, and you've seen that he thinks a step or two quicker than the rest of our team. Who are the other ones who can pick him out in that position? Now, for all of Szoboszlai's endeavour against Caicedo and against Lavia and against Enzo Fernandez, he's not the quickest at passing and playing the ball out. But we do need to press Enzo Fernandez, and we do need to press and contest Caicedo. We've got the hot-blooded nature of McAllister. McAllister against Caicedo is an interesting one. But on the inverse, Caicedo will be able to close McAllister quicker than McAllister can close Caicedo. Similarly, Szoboszlai can close Caicedo and Enzo quicker than Maka. So I'm putting Szoboszlai here, because McAllister, unfortunately, even though he's close to player of the season last season, isn't at the races so far this season. And Wirtz is a game-winning condition. He's been so unlucky without the assist. Hopefully he's not playing on his mind, but he's a high-caliber, high-quality player. And the king himself, so King Kenny Dalglish, said no fear whatsoever. You see what he's trying to do. You see his ability. I take King Kenny Dalglish, an absolutely tactical genius, mastermind, the maestro, conductor of the orchestra, over Jamie Carragher's no-nonsense, absolutely spontaneous, media-grabbing shenanigans for ESPN and whatever show he's on. Wirtz is not the problem. The problem is the tactics and the formation. Now, Gakpo. Gakpo is one tunnel vision, slight-minded, cut inside. The alternative to cut inside is cut inside even more. I would love Chiesa here. I'd absolutely love Chiesa here, because as I told you, the intention is to let Kerkez absolutely charge up. Chiesa in the half spaces is two-footed. He can cut inside and play the bind ball straight away to Kerkez, and in and behind, right, whether it's Reece James, who doesn't want to, Reece James does not want to pull his hamstring, does not want muscular injuries. You've got to make Reece James go back, go forward, cut inside, go back, go forward, go back, go forward, and Reece James won't last the distance. You have to run him amok, and Kerkez has the energy, has the stamina, has the acceleration, has the pace, has the pluckiness. Doesn't matter 50-50 get tackled, 50-50 get tackled. Go, go, go. Go, pass, pass, pass. On occasion, they overload too many people on his side. Chiesa, cut inside. Look for the shot. Look for the shot. Look for the slide ball. Look for the slide ball to Wirtz. Wirtz being a dummy runner. Look for the slide ball to Salah. Chiesa, you are Chiesa. Playmaker Federico. Do it. Okay. How can this be facilitated even further, right? Even further. Who am I missing here? I am missing a striker. Okay, Ekitike may be fit, but he's got an injury doubt. So Isak obviously starts up here. Isak starts. Now that is the lineup I would love. I'd love it to see this. I'd love it if we beat them. Obviously would. I want Kerkez to go higher, right? Countryman here. Szoboszlai, his countryman, will pass to Kerkez. There's no doubt about that. Whether it's the one, inside, outside, flim, flam, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, as I mentioned, right? Isak running to the front post for flashed cross to head or to head. I'd love to see it. If it goes bypasses Isak on the edge of the area, Salah. Bradley is in here as well. If Bradley does hold the whip, Bradley here, but actually Mo Salah's got a better striking instinct, right? So I want to see this kind of staggered shape. I want to see it. I want to see it. The box at the back, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai in the same line. Okay, so that's one variation because you have two world-class, two-footed players who can get assists and play the ball. Salah is closer to the penalty box area. Isak, even though people are like, why isn't Isak moving? I do want Isak within the perpendiculars because if the ball does come to him, he'll shoot. Or in here, because the aim is to smash crosses. Go. Badiashile, Jarell Hato, and Frimpong are not going to be dominant in the air. They are not going to be dominant in there. They're not Wesley Fofana, right? They're not anyone of that caliber to contest in the air constantly. You absolutely batter them in with balls into the box. On the back post, on a knockdown, I want Salah to pick up the spills. I want Wirtz there. And we know that anything that comes back out to Chiesa, oh my goodness, does Chiesa finish, right? And that is what I want to see. Bradley on in-lap again. That means Salah in this position is a creator. I want him to flash the ball across to Isak. Right-footed. It doesn't have to be Trivela. Right-footed. If it's Trivela, short ball in and behind the kick. Or Isak on the back post with Wirtz knocked down into P-spot and Chiesa knocked down the P-spot. I want Bradley to cause havoc. Wherever Salah is, you dash. You dash and you go. You give and you go. Whether Salah needs to lay it off to Wirtz to give the ball, or Salah with a dummy runner has a chance to come inside himself. Whichever way Bradley goes, inside or outside, right? Wherever Salah's here, you go this way. When Salah's out here, you go this way. You give the ball to Bradley in a rampage, and then you play from there. That is what I want to see. What I believe Arne Slot will play, if we roll this back.
The cream of the crop!
Gakpo. Now, I'm not one to doubt Gakpo. He's effective. He's effective. He had a good start to the season. Now it's quieting down a bit. The goals have gone dry. He's not even shooting on occasion. He's never passing to Kerkez on the outside for whatever reason. And when he does pass it, he delays it too long. Okay. Will Wirtz start? Will Szoboszlai? Will Gravenberch start? I have a sneaky feeling, and Maka's not a bad player. I like Maka a lot, World Cup winner. If he gets his fitness and gets his tempo and he gets control of the game, that is a midfield to contest and battle out because obviously they know each other. It's a known quantity, and that is a class midfield, and I wouldn't be adverse to that. But what Maka needs to do, he needs to play the ball through the line, whether it's to Bradley here, whether it's to Gravenberch in advanced position, whether it's through the lines into Szoboszlai, whether it is into Gakpo, into this space here, running for the return for Gakpo, because Gakpo needs to lay it off, not turn into trouble, and Kerkez dashing. The game-winning condition must be Kerkez to get in there and challenge Reece James, no matter how good Reece James is. This could be Robertson. This could be Robertson. Robertson, who we got more or less on a free because we traded Kevin Stewart for him when Hull got relegated. Robertson as well has to challenge. Constantly challenge. This could be Ekitike for surprise, but I'd be surprised if Isak doesn't start. Okay, Szoboszlai in this position needs to get the ball and shoot. If he's getting this ball, I do not want him to see him pass the buck to Salah, to give an easy ball to Salah. If he gives the ball to Salah, it better be on a 1-2, i.e. Szoboszlai lays it off to Gravenberch. Bradley goes around the outside, but actually, hello, it's a ball into Szoboszlai, who plays it first time into Salah, who cuts inside, right? Cuts inside with Bradley on the overlap, and then bang, and Isak runs in, because that free kick to Robertson where it deflected off his shins or whatever, or was actually aimed at Isak towards the back post. Salah needs to be positive and pick up Isak first time, because we've got recycled balls here. Either Robertson whips it back in. Actually, no, he doesn't, because Salah's the back post. It has to be Szoboszlai, or you don't whip it back in. You go outside again, and Gakpo, you shoot. You just take the ball, one touch, two touch, shoot, and Salah dive in and spill in there. I do not want a slow build-up, Give it to me, I give it to you. They know what we do, and now we're stuffed. Yeah, I don't want a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and then, here you go, Gravenberch, take it, and then, okay, you're marked, the line is marked, okay, great, give it. I don't want that, I want incisive, quick passing. Even if Arne Slot doesn't like passing to a fullback early, there is merit in giving to a fullback, because the pass into the midfield on the diagonal is actually a penetrating pass behind the 6 line. What is going on there? Into the diagonal. And I'll show you what I mean. Okay. The pass into the line, if he gives it to Robertson there, right, and Gakpo comes short for it, Maka is on the diagonal. Gravenberch's probably staggered on that diagonal as well. Bradley is in line there. You go back. You've got a diagonal there to cut up. If they cut that diagonal, you've got the more obtuse diagonal into Szoboszlai, who has that option and that option, or that option there. Isak will come up for the ball there. You have the ball there. So the diagonal pass isn't just one, it's two. And if they penetrate that side, then that's where the switch of play, I mean, I'd love that, you know, the daisy cutter switch of play. Unfortunately, it'll be probably this switch of play into Salah, and it's Bradley undercutting into this position. And off you go, Bradley, which isn't bad in itself, but it's got to be done at speed, at pronto, at pace, which means Isak goes up to this position, which means Szoboszlai and Gakpo are ready here, waiting and willing. But they've got to overload the penalty area. They've got to rampage and attack. They can't hold over here, hold, step in, wait for whatever. It's too predictable. You don't wait. You've got to be on the move before you receive the ball, on the move. Then you have the options to play. And that's what I'd like to see. If we go ahead, Wataru Endo must come on sooner than, let's say, the 75th minute mark. Because when Endo's on, we barely concede any chances. The chance is snuffed out. A foul is given. The dark arts closed before that, right? So no matter what, before the 70th minute, I want to see either Chiesa come on here or here, right? If Salah's having an off game, take him off. I don't care whether fitness, form, legacy, longevity, whatever. Play the players who win you game, take home the points. Points are all that matters. So let's say, for example, Gakpo is having an off game. Chiesa comes in here. Chiesa behind Isak is delicious. Anything that drops in the penalty area here, Chiesa has shown he's going to be finishing with aplomb. No bias, no hatred for Italian Stallion. He will cook for you. Look, he will cook for you. And let him do his thing, right? Ekitike coming on allows the give and go, which allows you to play more narrow, which means you could end up in this kind of position here. This kind of position is actually not bad as well. This little inverted Christmas tree formation, because actually you can allow McAllister to go into 10, where I think he's going to have a field day because of his quick one-touch passing. Interchanging with this diamond is actually very tasty, because Katika goes in the line of Maka, Salah goes in behind, Chiesa goes in behind, and you've naturally got the options for the width on both sides, with Szoboszlai cutting inside and Robertson going around outside, Bradley on the overlap, Gravenberch penetrating runs as well, Konate and Van Dijk holding. And that's where I want to see, for example, Endo come on. Because if you really want to shut up shop, let them cook. Absolutely, let them cook, recycle. Two long shooting options, a connector who can run in behind, pick up pace and go in behind as well. Chiesa can underlap on this occasion, which opens up the shooting angles. On that occasion, Salah cuts inside, Chiesa go back post, open up the shooting angles as well, and you've still opened up the width because Robertson and Bradley against Correa and Reece James and Malagusto. It's the game-winning condition. It has to be. It really has to be at pace, conviction, prominence, short ball passing with penetration, and getting the players into the area where they're going to do the damage. Smash a like on this video. Let me know your thoughts below. Miyazaki-man, Ichiban. It means the best. Until next time, Jane means ciao.